One, two, three. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another short devotional. We continue our journey through the story of Elijah, and that's what I'm doing here with the Cloverdale Church. And if you want more on this, you can check out my blog, Pr.Marlon.com. That's Pr.Marlon.com. And I have full blog posts and different things on the story of Elijah. However, what I'd like to cover with you in a few minutes is this portion that I'm going to have to skip over in my sermon series because of time, but it's really interesting, and it's found in 1 Kings chapter 18, and it's when Elijah is transitioning from living with the widow and her son, and he's going back to talk to the king. We're about to have the big showdown with the prophets of Baal and Elijah. So it's the story in between those two. It's not really a story, it's just this portion of the story that it seems a little bit odd. But I want to spend some time on that at this point, and I hope that you will be blessed by it. So the notion is God tells Elijah to go back and talk to the king because he's going to send rain back on the land. It's been like 3.5 years without rain. And once again, for more on that, check out my blog. I have a lot more explanation on this, or you could just read 1 Kings chapter 17 and 18. But here's the thing. When Elijah goes back, he runs into this man, a man called Obadiah. And Obadiah works with the king. And it's really odd, this interaction. It seems out of place. And why is this taking up all this space in the story of Elijah? And pretty much he runs into Obadiah, and Obadiah tells Elijah that he has been hiding 100 of the Lord's prophets, 50 to a cave, and he gives each one, bread and water, essentially, gives them enough food to survive because Jezebel has been killing off all the prophets. And why is this story important? I've been thinking about this. I'm going to have to skip it on my sermon series, but I wanted to address it here. That way you can, get the whole thing. I feel like the reason for this account of Elijah running into Obadiah and Obadiah explaining how he has been, keeping alive these prophets, hidden in caves and then just been bringing food for them. Because later on, we're going to see Elijah struggling with feeling alone. And if you've been on a journey where you're trying to do things right and you're trying to live a better life and you're trying to be more faithful to God and you're trying to just be more honest and be a better version of yourself, it's very often that you're tempted to feel like you're all alone. What's the point? Nobody else is doing this. It seems like everybody's cheating, everybody's being selfish, and here I am going out of my way to help other people, to be honest, to be selfless, to be kind, to be forgiving. And it may feel very lonely, and you may feel like giving up because what's the point? And I think this story just gives us these reminders that Elijah is not alone. There is at least another 100 prophets that Obadiah is caring for. And later on, God's going to talk to Elijah more about this, but we'll get that when we get there. I just want to encourage you that as you are pushing to be a better version of yourself, as you are seeking God and you're trying to get your life in order, and it's a difficult process, even though God gives us victories, He encourages us, He will provide us with the right support that we need. It takes that decision, right? That choosing to do what's right as opposed to just the easy thing. Be it if you're trying to eat better, exercise, work on your relationship, work on your walk with God. All of these things are challenging, and you can feel alone. And I think that this text just reminds us there are other people facing the same challenges, and I think it's worthwhile. It's a worthwhile pursuit, and it's good to know that we're not alone. And that as you move forward, God will put you in contact with other people and you'll be able to encourage one another and just be assured that this is what God is calling you to do. So I hope you find this encouraging. The story is found in 1 Kings chapter 18. I would highly recommend reading chapter 17 and 18. It's just a beautiful, powerful story. And if you want to know what comes next, check out my blog, or I'll be posting a blog post and an audio for that, a longer version of that this weekend. So stay tuned for that, and until then, may God bless you.